Welcome to the 131st Commencement of the University of Idaho. Now entering are the faculty. A long tradition at the university is for the faculty to form two columns that the graduation candidates will pass through. The College of Graduate Studies. Celebrating 100 years this year, the College of Graduate Studies leads the university's graduate level research, academic programs, and creative activities. Its contributions helped capture the university's prestigious Carnegie R1 classification, recognizing the highest tier of national research. Dr. Jerry McMurtry is the dean. Shani Spang Guion from Lame Deer, Montana is the College of Graduate Studies featured graduate. Shani is earning her PhD in natural resources, and her work includes tribal nation building and higher education and indigenous water governance. She is a key contributor to important National Science Foundation and U.S. Geological Survey grants and has been recognized for her lasting impact in her community. Shani currently serves as an assistant professor of tribal water in the College of Natural Resources. The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Founded in 1901, the college is leading the way in finding solutions to the world's most critical challenges. Dr. Leslie Edgar is the Dean of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Hadley Beechenor from Walla Walla, Washington is the Cal's featured graduate. She is earning degrees in Ag Econ Agribusiness Emphasis and Animal and Veterinary Sciences Business Option, and a certificate in Ag Commodity Risk Management. Hadley has completed undergraduate research on the impact of avian influenza on egg prices. Over the past 3 summers, Hadley has completed internships with well-known regional and national agribusiness firms. Hadley plans to pursue a career in commodity risk management and trading within the agricultural industry. The College of Business and Economics. Founded in 1925, the college provides students real-world business experience through a hands-on approach. Dr. Lisa Viktorovich serves as dean. Alicia Hander from Coeur d'Alene is CBE's featured graduate. After graduation, Alicia will begin her professional journey at Micron, where she will focus on optimizing production processes and driving continuous improvement initiatives. She is excited to apply her skills in the tech industry and to carve out some time to build her cooking-focused social media platforms. The College of Engineering. Over more than a century, the College of Engineering has built a reputation for excellence in teaching, research, service, and outreach. Dr. Susie Long serves as Dean of the College of Engineering. Christina Mai from Idaho Falls is the College of Engineering's featured graduate. Christina plans to pursue a career in environmental engineering with interests in water, wastewater engineering, or environmental site assessment fieldwork. She will continue to participate in the College of Engineering mentorships programs, but as a mentor this time. Christina has been an Allen Engineering Ambassador for almost 3 years, was former Vice President of the Biomedical Engineering Society, served as Vice President of the American Society of Biological and Agriculture Engineers, and was a member of the Society of Women Engineers for more than 4 years. The College of Natural Resources. The College of the Natural Resources at the University of Idaho is one of the top natural resource programs in the country. Our students learn in some of the most spectacular outdoor classrooms in the world, the forests, rivers, range, and wilderness of Idaho. Dr. Dennis Becker is the Dean of the College of Natural Resources. Molly Madden from Orofino is the college's featured graduate. After graduating, Molly plans to stay in the area and continue her passion for forestry and wildland fire. Since graduating high school, she has been a seasonal employee for the Idaho Department of Lands, doing timber and firework. In honor of her late friend Bella, a firefighter killed in the line of duty this summer, Molly plans to write children's books in her free time. Bella had written a few books, and Molly plans to continue on with Bella's legacy of educating children about the dangers of fire. The College of Science. Founded in 2002, the College of Science engages in cutting-edge research that matters to Idahoans. Dr. Ginger Carney serves as the Dean of the College of Science. Sierra Keel from Cataldo is the featured graduate. She is earning her degree in medical science with minors in psychology and pre-health professions. Sierra plans to attend medical school and pursue a residency in either obstetrics, gynecology, or family medicine with a deep commitment to service, and she hopes to return to Idaho to care for her community as a compassionate and dedicated physician. Please rise for the entrance of the platform party. Leslie Edgar, Lisa Viktorovich, Susie Long, Dennis Becker, Ginger Carney, Lindsay Brown, Jerry McMurtry, Blaine Eccles, Shea Arrogandade, Jaleesa Kenyon, Lindsey Brown, Dean Kaler, Gwen Gorzelski, Dan Ewert, Chris Nomura, Andy Fields, Chandra Ford, Scott Brunson, John Gaffney, Nick Purdy, Richard Dahl, Dirk Kempthorne, John Wagner, Tori Lawrence, Francesca Samaruca, and C. Scott Green, the 19th President of the University of Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Joint ROTC Color Guard, followed by the performance of our national anthem by Madison Cummings and the University Wind Ensemble. Please remove your hats unless you are in uniform or academic regalia.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Post! Present! Arms! Port! Arms! Outboard! Base!
Please welcome the Secretary of the University of Idaho Faculty, Francesca Samaruca.
Please be seated. Good morning. It is my honor to welcome you to the University of Idaho's 2025 Winter Commencement. On behalf of my colleagues, I want to thank you for allowing us to be part of your educational journey. It has been an honor to teach, mentor, and learn with you these past years. We look forward to watching you apply what you gained at the University of Idaho as you begin or continue your careers, remember to always be brave, bold, be kind, and be your best. Please join me in welcoming the 19th President of the University of Idaho, C. Scott Green.
Thank you. Thank you, Francesca, for opening our ceremony and for your service as Secretary of the University faculty. What a great morning, what a great celebration. I hope you're all fired up for this. Students, parents, families, deans, faculty, and honored guests, welcome to the University of Idaho, our state's flagship land-grant institution. Our history is important, and I want to begin by acknowledging that our U of I campus and statewide centers reside on the ancestral homelands of 5 federally recognized nations: the Coeur d'Alene tribe, Kootenai tribe of Idaho, the Nez Perce tribe, the Shoshone-Bannock tribe of the Fort Hall Reservation, and the Shoshone-Paiute tribes of the Duck Valley Indian Reservation. We strive to foster collaboration, mutual understanding, and learning that supports tribal priorities in education, economic development, and research. Seated directly behind me and on the floor are representative members of the University of Idaho's leadership. Will the platform party and other members of university leadership joining from the audience please rise? Our leadership team has demonstrated its commitment and dedication to the students of this great institution. Commencement is one of our favorite days of the year. On behalf of the university's leadership team, we're excited to celebrate this accomplishment with you today. Please be seated. This is the 131st commencement year for the University of Idaho. More than 133,000 students have earned more than 142,000 degrees since the first graduates walked across our stage in 1896. That tradition continues today. More than 600 graduates are joining the ranks of Vandal alumni this winter. A University of Idaho education illuminates and elevates not just students, but also entire communities across our state and around the world. This is especially true for our first-generation students. If you are the first in your family to earn a college degree, please stand and remain standing. As a first-generation student and now a first-gen college graduate, you've navigated significant challenges. You're great examples and guiding lights for your families and for your communities. Congratulations to you and your loved ones. The Vandal family is filled with trailblazers and pioneers. We take challenges head-on and aren't afraid to explore uncharted territory. I'd like to take a few moments to highlight some examples of your lineage as University of Idaho graduates. Our campus is dotted with reminders of our rich military tradition, from the bronze soldier statue on the administration lawn to War Memorial Gym. Our alumni roster is filled with military heroes as well. Ross Erastus Rowell served as the Marine Corps Director of Aviation from 1935 to 1939, and he was one of just 3 senior officers of the Marine Corps Aviation during World War II, helping U.S. and other allies prevail. And Navy Vice Admiral Robert Lee Gormley led sailors in both World Wars. In this century, U of I graduate General James Amos from Wendell, Idaho, served in the Marine Corps for 42 years, rising to the top rank of Commandant. Amos focused on working with other military branches and international allies, and he helped modernize the Marine Corps to meet evolving global threats. Lieutenant General Eric Peterson from Boise was commissioned from our own Crispin Battalion and rose through the Army ranks to become Director of Force Development for the U.S. Army and then served as Deputy Chief of Staff for the G8 in the Pentagon. U.S. Navy veteran Jim McClure from Payette earned his law degree at the U of I before serving 3 terms representing Idaho in the U.S. Senate. McClure's legacy lives on at the U of I through the McClure Center for Public Policy Research, along with his family's generous support of the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival. Our alumni also make their mark in the business world. Sharon Allen grew up in tiny Kimberly, Idaho, with plans to be a teacher, but her roommate at the University of Idaho convinced her to take an accounting class, which sparked a passion that led to a prolific career. In 2003, Allen became the first woman to serve as chairman at Deloitte, the largest professional service network in the world. She now serves on the board of directors for several prominent organizations, including the Bank of America, the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard, and the National Board of the YMCA. University of Idaho alum Frank Schranz from Boise worked nearly 30 years at Boeing before taking the reins of the company and leading it to new heights. As CEO, he was known for his humility and calm demeanor, as well as his innovation. Schranz led Boeing through a growth market, a recession, and then a restructuring that led to the creation of the 777, one of the most successful commercial planes ever put into service. Vandal alum Thomas Mueller, who grew up in St. Mary's, Idaho, is on the cutting edge of space exploration. He was the second employee at SpaceX and designed the Merlin engine that powers the Falcon rocket. Mueller continues to innovate and explore new frontiers in space transportation with his company, Impulse. They are quickly becoming one of the space transportation leaders, and they have plans to soon ferry payloads to Mars. In addition to soaring to great heights, Vandals also excel on the ground. If you're from the Treasure Valley, you likely know the name Kristen Armstrong. She earned her bachelor's degree in exercise physiology at the U of I before becoming the most decorated U.S. women's cyclist in history. Armstrong won 3 straight gold medals, 2 world championships, and 6 U.S. championships. We're proud to name the bike path through our campus in Armstrong's honor. And on the football field, NFL Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer from Sandpoint starred for the Vandals before becoming a Green Bay Packers legend. One of Kramer's teammates at Idaho was Boise High grad Wayne Walker, who went on to play 15 years and a franchise record 200 games for Kramer's rival, the Detroit Lions. Few schools recruited Mark Sherleth out of high school in Anchorage, Alaska, but he became a Vandals legend as an offensive lineman on some of the best Idaho teams ever. While enduring 29 surgeries as a professional, Sherleth won 3 Super Bowls. In a few moments, we'll recognize another great Vandal, Governor Dirk Kempthorne. His experience as ASUI president set the stage for a successful career in leadership at the state and national levels. I've no doubt there are many Vandals wearing regalia here today who will be remembered as leaders, trailblazers, innovators, and champions. As graduates, I encourage you to contribute to be curious, continue to learn, and continue to collaborate in ways that uplift others. As you blaze new trails, lean on the Vandal Network to help you chart your path. You may face setbacks, but the grit and determination that led you to this graduation stage have also prepared you for the challenges ahead. Congratulations, and go Vandals! Now, as I look out over these graduates, I know none of this accomplished this goal on your own. You are supported by friends and family, people you care about, and people who care deeply for you. Graduates, take a moment, stand, and express your appreciation to those in the audience who supported you along this journey. Please be seated. It's an honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, John Wagner. He is the director of Idaho National Laboratory and president of Battelle Energy Alliance, LLC. He is responsible for management and integration of a large, multi-purpose laboratory that has a mission focused on energy, national and homeland security, and environmental sciences. He manages this U.S. Department of Energy National Laboratory of more than 6,300 scientists engineers, and support staff members in multiple nuclear and non-nuclear experimental facilities with an annual budget of more than $2 billion. Wagner initially joined INL as chief scientist at the Materials and Fuels Complex in 2016 and served as associate laboratory director for nuclear science and technology beginning in 2017. Prior to joining INL, he worked for nearly 17 years at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, where he held several research and leadership roles in reactor and fuel cycle technologies. Wagner is a fellow of the American Nuclear Society and the American Association for Advancement of Science, and a recipient of the 2013 E.O. Lawrence Award, which recognizes mid-career scientists or engineers for exceptional achievements. He has authored or co-authored more than 170 refereed journal and conference articles, technical reports, and conference summaries. He earned a bachelor's in nuclear engineering from Missouri University of Science and Technology in 1992, and a master's and doctorate degrees from Pennsylvania State University in 1994 and 1997, respectively. Please join me in welcoming our 2025 Winter Commencement speaker, John Wagner.
Good morning, and congratulations, graduates and their families. You know, just real quickly thinking, there's probably 5 to 1 supporting the graduates today, and it's really wonderful to see that. I want to congratulate all of you graduates, but also all of those, probably many in this room, who helped you get here. Your parents, your siblings, your other family members, instructors, mentors, all those people that helped you get there today. Today marks more than a milestone in your academic journey. It marks a milestone in your lives. I encourage you to take time to reflect on your accomplishments, to savor this moment, and to thank those who helped get you here. Before I begin, I want to lead us all in a song. I'm kidding. I thought I'd try to wake people up. Now, I want to thank President Green and his administration for allowing me the honor of sharing this day with you. This is special for me as well, given the connection I and my family have developed with this university and the people here. My oldest daughter, Victoria, completed her master's degree this year and is now pursuing her PhD in geology here. My oldest son, Jack, is also working towards a master's in biology. They're probably both watching, thinking, please don't embarrass me, Dad. I'll try not to. And I'll try to keep this brief because I know that we all stand between you and your diplomas and your families. Also, though, the connection with this university is through Idaho National Laboratory. We have been great partners with the University of Idaho for decades. More than 400 U of I graduates contribute to enabling our laboratory mission every day. 422, actually. Some of you in this audience may, and I hope, join us in that and continue that proud tradition. Because all of this, again, is truly a privilege for me to spend a few minutes talking to you, sharing some perspectives that I hope will be valuable to you. Let me start by saying it's really hard for me to believe, as I prepared my remarks, it's been 30 years, more than 30 years, since I sat where you sit, graduating with my BS in nuclear engineering from a small university in Missouri, small rural university in Missouri. Quite a bit, it reminds me a lot of U of I, but it's actually quite a bit smaller. I recall sitting where you are now, feeling a mixture of emotions. Pride in the accomplishment of graduating, relief it was done, uncertainty and excitement about the future, and a humbling awareness that my education had revealed how much more there was to learn. So let me tell you about what the world looked like then to help make the point of what's possible in your lifetimes. In 1992, when I wanted to call my parents, I needed a phone attached to a wall. There was no internet, as you know it. There was no Google, no social media, no streaming. Research meant you went to the library and looked through card catalogs. Any of you ever even heard of those? Yes, a few of you up front probably. The fastest supercomputer at the time in the world performed about 20 billion calculations per second. Today, your smartphone is thousands of times more powerful than that. At that time, I never imagined leading one of the nation's Department of Energy national laboratories, the crown jewels of American research and innovation, or delivering a commencement address to a prestigious university such as this. These things, and I want to press on this, these things were simply unthinkable to me when I sat where you sit today. And that's the point I wanted to make, because I think there's a profound lesson in this. The world is filled with possibilities and opportunities limited only by our and your imagination. We're living in a period of incredible innovation and rapid transformation, unlike any in human history. Through our news feeds and social media, the world may seem uncertain and maybe even scary. But the truth is, this moment offers opportunities my generation, your parents' generations couldn't have imagined. So to try to appreciate where you're headed, consider how far we've come in the last 3 decades. We now have essentially infinite information available immediately in our pockets. We video call family, friends across the globe for free. AI capabilities enable us to accomplish more, faster, every single day. Medical advances mean we sequence individual genomes and use targeted therapies. Modern medical imaging can now detect tumors and abnormalities at scales unimaginable just decades ago. Travel that took days now takes hours. Tasks that consumed our time, navigation, banking, shopping, you name it, happen almost instantly from our devices. Self-driving cars are emerging as a reality. Our lives are amazing, and they're going to get better. Imagine with me what your future will look like. In 2050, 25 years from now, many of you will be middle-aged, but thanks to advances in medicine and technology, you'll be looking forward to decades of productive life still ahead. Middle age will be redefined. You'll see humans return to the moon, not just to visit, but to stay there and exploit the resources. Permanent lunar bases will serve as laboratories and launching pads for deeper space exploration. In my lifetime, I expect, thanks in part to Tom Mueller and others, to see humans land on Mars. In your lifetimes, I expect you to witness colonization. Some of you may actually go there. Think about that for a moment. Some of you may set foot on Mars. You will likely see cancer transform from a death sentence to a manageable condition, and in many cases, curable. Gene therapies will cure diseases we currently consider incurable, and personalized medicine will prevent illnesses before they even start. Abundant energy from nuclear fission, my personal favorite, fusion, geothermal, will be critical from bringing electricity to 750 million people who currently lack access to electricity today in the United States. Think about that for a minute. We enjoy an incredible quality of life. Many do not, and that will change. That energy will not only do that, it will power our autonomous systems. It'll desalinate water for a growing population. Many homes, maybe all homes, will have robotic assistants that tend to our personal needs. Self-driving vehicles will be commonplace, perhaps self-flying vehicles. The innovations that will define 2050 will build upon those from people who graduated decades ago, but they'll come from you. The breakthroughs in energy, security, AI, autonomous systems, medicine, transportation, space exploration, driven by people in this audience, willing to challenge assumptions, to dream big, to focus relentlessly on outcomes that matter. I'm excited about the possibilities for the future, for you, and personally, for my children. Before I share, and next I would like to share some thoughts on success. But let me first tell you what I think is the most important thing first. If you remember nothing else from what I said, I'd like you to remember the following. Each of you is more capable than you think you are. I've seen this repeatedly in myself, my colleagues, my friends, and in my children. Most of us, for reasons I can't explain, place artificial limitations on our abilities. Often it's only through adversity that we discover what our abilities are much greater than we realize. So I want to encourage you to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Surround yourself with people who will push you to grow. That's how you will truly come to understand what you're capable of. And let me pause and say, for the faculty members that push your students, thank you. It was probably my thesis advisor in graduate school that had the biggest impact, that taught me that lesson first and made me where I am today. So thinking about other timeless principles of success, while the world will change in unpredictable and unprecedented ways, over my career, I think there's at least 5 attributes that consistently separate those who thrive from those who don't. First, I want to say maintain a positive, can-do attitude. I think Henry Ford put it best in the following quote: "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." I'd like you to think about that, because mindset is so important. I'm an optimist, and I firmly believe that has served me incredibly well throughout my life. So remain positive, look forward, focused on what can be. Second, cultivate and maintain an unshakable work ethic. Your diploma proves that you can work hard, show grit, overcome obstacles. Breakthroughs come from showing up day after day, putting in the work. That one might not be a popular one, but it's incredibly important. That's why I put it too. Third, be open to change. The only constant in life is change. Embrace it rather than resist it. Remain flexible and understand that failure can be a critical, positive turning point in your life, and be a lifelong learner. Fourth, never compromise your integrity. Choose the right path, even when it's harder. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. And fifth, this is like my favorite saying, be the solution. Take initiative. Don't wait for permission. That can get you in trouble sometimes. Don't wait for permission. Have the courage to be who you are. Trust your instincts and dare to make a difference. Lastly, I'd like to talk about finding your passion. When you identify work that contributes to something larger than yourself, I encourage you to pursue it with determination. This is where you find not just success, but meaning. The sense of mission, of contributing to something larger than yourself, is available to all of you, whatever your field is. At Idaho National Laboratory, where I found my meaning, our vision is to change the world's energy future and to secure our nation's critical infrastructure. We work to develop technologies that enable abundant, secure energy the world needs to power our lives, to fuel rockets to Mars, to power laboratories that will ultimately cure cancer, and so much more. I'd like to say another quote. As Confucius said, choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. When you find work you're passionate about, it transforms your life, your work, from a job, an obligation, to a calling. I hope you all find that. In closing, I look at all of you, and I feel so optimistic about the future. Not because challenges don't exist, but because you're equipped to solve them. You'll tackle challenges we haven't even thought of yet. You'll create technology we can't imagine today. You'll cure diseases, explore new worlds, and build a civilization that extends beyond Earth in your lifetime. Yes, turmoil and uncertainty are real, and cynics will always remind you of what's wrong in the world. But that is not you, That is not us. That should not be your focus. The reality you grew up with is different than mine or that of your parents, because our quest for improvement in humans is perpetual. Those who say we're in decline and your lives will be worse than your parents and your grandparents, I would say fail to understand the course of history and how young people, good human beings, drive our human condition and progress forward. You leave the university ready for whatever comes, armed with timeless attributes that enable success. Things like understanding your capabilities, maintaining a positive attitude, showing persistence and hard work, embracing and persevering, and taking initiative. So please remember what I said. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I hope you find your passion. I hope you find those and identify those outcomes that matter to you. And I ask you to go make the world better. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, John. I just love your clear-eyed vision of the future. It's so inspiring. And thank you for sharing that with us. I'd now like to welcome Captain Scott Brunson, Commanding Officer of Navy ROTC, to recognize our graduates who become commissioned in the United States Armed Forces. Scott?
All right, good morning. I am Captain Scott Brunson, and I'm honored to speak with you today. The University of Idaho has a long and distinguished history of developing senior and noteworthy officers of the United States Armed Forces, the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, and the Space Force. This graduating class is no exception. Later in today's ceremony, these graduates will walk with their respective colleges to receive their diplomas. But first, I want to thank the university for the opportunity to highlight these individuals who completed a demanding leadership development program in conjunction with their pursuit of a degree, and committed yesterday to service to our nation by taking an oath to defend our Constitution and our way of life. These young officers swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Let me anchor on this point for a moment. This oath is the same oath taken by United States congressmen and scarcely different than the oath taken by the President of the United States at inauguration. And this oath is not to an individual, a king, a president, or a dictator, as was standard at the time and is still commonplace today. It is to our Constitution, its framework, and its ideals. Recent commissionees, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, gentlemen, have a seat. Thank you.
Thank you for your service to our country. You know, we are grateful for our ROTC and the amazing work of our students in those programs. It is a privilege and a joy to work with all of our talented and committed student leaders, from the Student Bar Association to the Graduate Professional Student Association to all of our many clubs and organizations. We have terrific students who care about our community and give back. I'd like to invite Shea Arogandade, our ASUI president, to address our graduating students. Shea?
Good morning, families, faculty, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. My name is Shea Arogandade. I serve as ASUI president, and I'm honored and humbled to speak for you today. Graduates, take a moment. Look around at one another. Every one of you has a story about how you got here. Those stories include 24-hour study sessions, questionable late-night meals, roommates who became family, or professors who still accepted that assignment even though it was a couple of days or weeks late. Your stories include resilience in the face of adversity, unexpected opportunities, and moments when you doubted yourself but pushed forward anyway. Today isn't just a celebration of what you've achieved, it's a celebration of everything it took to get here. You are part of a generation of Vandals who did not get the typical college experience. You lived through some of the scariest times imaginable. Tragedies, uncertainties, all while trying to figure out what those next steps look like. But through it all, you kept going. That perseverance, that grit, that relentless spirit, it's what defines you as Vandals. As you prepare to launch forward into your bright futures, I want to remind you of just a few things. First, community matters. At the University of Idaho, community is not just a word we throw on the brochures or on an Instagram caption. It's something we live by and something we cherish. It's the classmate who you texted for notes, the advisor who listened with an open mind when you decided you were going to change your major senior year, and the bonds you made when the fire alarm went off and everyone had to evacuate their dorms. It's the teammates, club members, coworkers, neighbors, and everyone who shaped your college experience in ways big and small. Whether you're starting a career, beginning grad school, joining the military, or taking some well-earned time to breathe, remember to bring that sense of community with you. The world needs more people who know how to care, collaborate, and connect with one another. Second, courage isn't always loud. Sometimes courage looks like raising your hand in class when your heart is pounding, showing up to office hours even when you're nervous, and even applying for jobs you're not sure you'll get, moving to a new city, or choosing a path that others may not understand but you know is right for you. You have shown courage simply by making it here today. Remember that feeling and carry it with you. Third, leadership is not about titles, it's about presence. Leadership is choosing to do the right thing when no one's watching. It's advocating for someone who doesn't have a voice. It's taking responsibility, showing kindness, and making spaces better than when you found them. And the truth is, every single one of you has been a leader during your time here. You've led in classes, communities, organizations, jobs, and friendships. Keep leading in whatever form that takes. Graduates, as you leave this campus, the world will offer you endless opportunities, but also challenges. You will face moments of doubt. You will have days when you wonder if this is the right path. And when those days come, remember this. You've already accomplished something extraordinary. You've already done hard things. You've already built resilience, and that means that you can do it again. Remember the beauty of this place. The sound of the admin bells, the vibrant energy during Serpentine, the feeling of the Kibbe Dome during game day, the tears, the laughter, the crash outs. These tiny moments have added up into something amazing. And as you begin this next chapter, don't rush it. Don't compare your path to anyone else's, because success is not a race. On behalf of ASUI and the entire University of Idaho community, I want you to know that you are forever Vandals. This campus will always be a place that you can return to, a place that will always welcome you with open arms, cheer your successes, and support your dreams. So, class of 2025, thank you for everything that you've given this university. Thank you for your strength, creativity, humor, kindness, determination, and for leaving this campus better than when you found it. Wherever you go boldly and bravely. And above all, go Vandals. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Shay. We appreciate your excellent leadership of ASUI. We now have the honor of recognizing a member of our Vandal family with the President's Medallion. This award is presented to an individual who has made significant contributions to the cultural, economic, scientific, and/or social advancement of Idaho and its people, as well as provided exceptional service to the state or nation that has influenced the well-being of humankind. I now invite Jaleesa Kenyon, chair of our Commencement Committee, to introduce our President's Medallion recipient, Dirk Kempthorne.
Dirk Kempthorne is a proud graduate of the University of Idaho. After having served as the president of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho and earning a degree in political science, Kempthorne was inspired to pursue a career in public service. He served as mayor of Boise for 7 years before supporters encouraged him to run to represent Idaho in the United States Senate, to which he was elected in November 1992. Kempthorne returned to our great state when he was elected governor of Idaho in 1998 and re-elected in 2002. He was a champion for education. When the dot-com crisis plunged the nation's economy, Kempthorne proposed the construction of a major building at every college and university campus as a way to stimulate Idaho's economy while significantly helping higher education. The buildings funded and built included the Teaching and Learning Center at the U of I. In 2006, Governor Kempthorne was asked by President George W. Bush to return to Washington, D.C. to serve as the 49th Secretary of the U.S. Department of the Interior. Continuing his public service, Governor Kempthorne serves as the chair of the USS Idaho Commissioning Committee Advisory Board. The USS Idaho is the nation's latest Virginia-class nuclear attack submarine and will be commissioned this spring. Kempthorne also serves as a director on 3 national corporate boards and travels extensively. Governor Kempthorne and his wife, Patricia, now thoroughly enjoy time with their 2 grown children, 7 grandchildren, and 1 very active dog. We are very grateful for Dirk's immense contributions to our community as a scholar, a leader, and a mentor. Governor Kempthorne's life and career embody the University of Idaho's values of excellence, integrity, and perseverance. The University of Idaho is proud to award the President's Medallion to Dirk Kempthorne. I now have the privilege of introducing our honorary degree recipients. The University of Idaho awards honorary degrees to individuals deserving of honor by virtue of scholarly distinction, noteworthy public service, or significant contributions to the state of Idaho, the nation, and the world. May I present Nick Purdy for the degree Honorary Doctor of Agricultural Science. Nick Purdy grew up in Peekaboo, Idaho, on his family's ranch, surrounded by the beauty of the Big Wood River Valley. From an early age, he learned the value of hard work, helping with sheep and haying operations before excelling in athletics and academics at Haley High School, where he met his future wife, Sharon Montgomery. The two married in 1959 and attended the University of Idaho, where Mr. Purdy earned a degree in agricultural engineering. He brought innovation to agriculture by founding Silver Creek Irrigation in 1972, introducing modern pressurized irrigation systems that transformed farming across southern Idaho. Mr. Purdy's entrepreneurial spirit led to the creation of several successful companies, including Purdy Enterprises, which continues under family leadership today. Beyond his business achievements, Mr. Purdy has devoted his life to service and conservation. He has served on numerous local and state boards, including the Blaine County School Board, Idaho Nature Conservancy, and University of Idaho Foundation, earning multiple honors, such as the National Environmental Stewardship Award and the U.S. Department of Commerce's John Campanius Holm Award. Mr. Purdy has also made a lasting impact on the University of Idaho, establishing the Nick and Sharon Purdy Agricultural Engineering Endowment to provide scholarships to deserving students pursuing degrees in agricultural engineering. The University of Idaho is grateful for his professional contributions, along with his advocacy and volunteer efforts in our community.
Nick Purdy. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Honorary Doctor of Agricultural Science together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities.
May I present Richard Dahl for the degree Honorary Doctor of Business Administration. Richard Dahl is the chair of the Board of Directors for American Savings Bank, a privately held financial institution with more than $9 billion in assets headquartered in Honolulu, Hawaii. He also serves as a director and former chair of Dine Brands Global, Inc., parent company of Applebee's and IHOP, where he previously held roles as interim chief executive officer and president of Applebee's. Mr. Dahl has held leadership roles at several major organizations, including serving as chairman of the following boards: Idaho Power Company, International Rectifier Corporation, and James Campbell Company, LLC. He has also served as president and COO of Dole Food Company and president of the Bank of Hawaii Corporation. His leadership reflects a deep commitment to advancing business excellence, ethical stewardship, and community engagement. Mr. Dahl has chaired or supported numerous nonprofit and civic organizations. He has also advised multiple educational institutions and has shared his expertise in Idaho through service on the University of Idaho Foundation Board and the College of Business and Economics Advisory Board. Mr. Dahl earned an accounting degree from the University of Idaho in 1973. The University of Idaho is grateful for his professional contributions along with his advocacy and volunteer efforts in our community.
Richard Dahl. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Honorary Doctor of Business Administration, together with all its rights, honors, and privileges. Thank you. You can read more about our distinguished honorees in your commencement program. Now, Provost and Executive Vice President Tori Lawrence will recognize our graduates who have earned honor cords.
Thank you, President Green. Good morning. The University of Idaho is committed to the pursuit of excellence. Today, we recognize the students who are graduating with special honors. Will the students please stand as I call your honor designation and remain standing? Audience, please hold your applause until all honorees are standing. First, cum laude, with distinction. Signified by a bronze honor cord, they are the top 10% of their class. Will you please stand? Magna cum laude, with great distinction. Signified by a silver honor cord, they are the top 6% of their college class. Please stand. Summa cum laude, with highest distinction. Signified by a gold honor cord, they are the top 3% of their college class. Will you please stand? Next, we invite the members of our honors program to stand and be recognized. And at this time, we also recognize other honor societies, honor organizations, our officer education program candidates, veterans, and others with honor cords, will you please stand as well? You have brought distinction to yourselves and to our university through your high achievements as students and as scholars. Today we honor your hard work and commitment to learning, and we look to you for leadership in upholding high standards for yourselves and your peers. Congratulations. Please be seated. And the reason that brings us here today, we will now begin granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for the baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees. The requirements are set forth by the faculty at the University of Idaho and have been completed through formal study. Degrees will be conferred on all of our candidates present today, as well as upon those who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? Also known as bachelor's degrees. Always learning here at the University of Idaho. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to be awarded the baccalaureate degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you'll receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you may be seated. Will the candidates for the master's degrees please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive the master's degree so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the master's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you'll receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you can be seated. Finally, will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive a doctoral degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the doctoral degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
We will now begin the awarding of doctoral degrees. They will be followed by the master's degrees and finally the bachelor's degrees. Students receiving a doctorate are given a doctoral hood. Doctor of Philosophy candidates will be hooded by their major professor. To our graduates, after receiving your degree, we ask that you all please stay for the remainder of the ceremony out of respect for your fellow graduates and their families. Marshals, will you please escort the candidates to the stage?
Students graduating with a doctoral or master's degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Shanera Shani Spangion, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Carla Eitel. Dissertation title, Navigating Hydrosocial Dynamics, Relations and Water Governance at Northern Cheyenne. Moshope Fati Abanikanda, Enemy Physiology, hooded by Major Professor Jacob William Bledsoe. Dissertation title, Integrative Genomic and Microbiome Approaches to Understanding Thermal Adaptation in Wrenbad Trout. Javier Alonso Carrillo Longoria, Animal Physiology. Major Professor Madison Stewart Paul, but being hooded by Jacob Bledsoe. Dissertation title, Physiological and Epigenetic Responses of Arctic Grayling to Thermal Stress. Lindsay Marie Barrett, Microbiology, Molecular Biology, and Biochemistry, hooded by Major Professor Deborah L. Stenkamp. Dissertation title, Regenerative Potential and Transcriptional Regulation within the zebrafish neural retina. Vovenir de Verlands Edmund, Natural Resources, hooded by Major Professor Andrew Stephen Nelson. Dissertation title, Ecophysiology and Morphological Drivers of Drought Resistance in Northern Rocky Mountain Conifer Seedlings. Ian Matthew Euler, Biology, being hooded by Major Professor Christine Parent. Dissertation title, Assessing Patterns of Diversity in Land Snail Microbiomes. Liang Liang, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Armando McDonald. Dissertation title, Applying Phytic Acid, Cardano and Cardano-derived epoxy to wood protection and exploring wood composites manufactured by Cardano-deprived epoxy. Rowdy Allen Sanford, Electrical Engineering, being hooded by Major Professor Joseph Daniel Law. Dissertation title, The Control of Leakage Flux in Air Core Reactors. Victor Manuel Santiago Plata, Natural Resources, being hooded by Major Professor Lisette P. Waits. Dissertation title, Non-Invasive Genetic Tools for the Conservation of Threatened Mammals. Morgan Rose Stegemiller, Animal Physiology, being hooded by Major Professor Brenda May Murdoch. Dissertation title, Decoding the Small Ruminant Genome, Integrating Linear Sequences with 3D Genomic Architecture. Students graduating with a master's degree in the College of Graduate Studies will also be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Clara Grace Abenalp, Environmental Science. Zaid Mir Mohammed Ansari, Nuclear Engineering. Francisco Enrique Bautista, Plant Science. Elizabeth Eileen Bearden, Agricultural Education. Nicholas George Baccaris, Natural Resources, Fire Ecology and Management. Brianna Faith Benusa, Natural Resources, Restoration, Ecology and Habitat Management. Lek Prescott Detner, Civil Engineering. Nathaniel Logan Freeman, Natural Resources, Integrated Natural Resources. Sarah Majel George, Accountancy. Rachel Ali Christine Gonzalez, Technology Management. Sarah Elizabeth Hale, Plant Science. Samantha Ryoko Hammes-Buehler, Accountancy. Anna Elizabeth Harms, Accountancy. Grant Andrew Husin, Engineering Management. Michael F. Horn, Natural Resources, Fire Ecology and Management. Caitlin Brooke Kandow, Natural Resources, Restoration, Ecology, and Habitat Management. Susan Mary Kendall, Accountancy. Lindsay Elizabeth Nussbaum, Natural Resources, Habitat, Ecology, and Habitat Management. Davis Anyo Gazoro, Computer Science. Anna Marie Gerardini Pass, Natural Resources, Integrated Natural Resources. Daniel Salas, Animal Science. Michael P. Salerno, Natural Resources. Apeksha Century, Entomology. Matthew Aaron Shryock, Computer Science. Emma K. Spencer, Biology. Stephen Isaac Slade Stevens, Mechanical Engineering. Axel Wall, Natural Resources. Pankaj Kumar Yadav, Plant Science. Ugandar Kasala Swinafasaru, Computer Science. Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences will be greeted by Dean Leslie Edgar. Hadley Beechner, cum laude. Elizabeth Claire Shaw, cum laude. Maddie Reynolds. Jenna Lynn Whitaker, summa cum laude. Audrey E. Hawes. Benjamin Orozco Diaz. Megan Nicole Walsh. Dylan Rose Cooney. Jessica Zabi. Rhiannon Elizabeth Ball. Emmeline R. Nelson. Tobby? Zoe Ann Taub. Catherine James McCarthy. Addison Perks. Abby Arnzen. Rory Michelle Valov. Peyton Nicole Popersky. Morgan June Harris. Tony Bellman Sandoval. Madison P. Maholchik. Destiny Irene Hayworth. Ike Benson Blau. Isaac Emerson Starbuck. Jackson Cooper Zenner. Philip Roosh. Katie Ashlyn Bloom. Michaela Ray Lantis. Charlize Jean King. Conley James Martin. Bo Tucker Hansen. Hayden Joseph Alves. Jarrett Robert Mink.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Business and Economics will be greeted by Dean Lisa Viktorovich. Alicia Donovan Lee Hander, cum laude. Sana Akuiku. Michaela M. Baldus. Dylan Gerard Boucher. Jamel Deuce Blenman. Emmett Cromwell Brooks. Cameron Leo Kaufman. Jacob Cortez. Bowden Heath Demirlear. Anusha Devkota. Judith Belen Garcia Hernandez. Paris Lynn Goff. Clarissa N. Hudson. Joshua Raymond Einek. Mohammed Asif Iqbal. Damian McGuire Yan. Aiden Laponzi. Berlin Lacey Logue. Caleb J. Marma. Jessica Kaiser. Logan D. Carney. Finley C. Kennedy. Lucy Blue McDougald. Brady Cole McLean. Dimitri William Panos. Nicholas James Pitkin. Thalia Maria Sainz. Juan Alexis Saldana. Alyssa Jane Olvera. Britton Leanne Seward. Desiree Thiebert. Matthew O. Thomas. Jose Miguel Velasquez. Alejandro Zoni. Jessica Josephine Suniga. Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Engineering will be greeted by Dean Susanna Long. Christina Morgan Gabriella Mai. Mohammed Ahmad Alamadi. Samuel Paul Beal. Taylor James Beauchesne. Christian Vincent Denuyo Boyser. Cassidy Alexis Claire Mayo. Eric Jeremy Caballero. Daniel Blaine Champlin, summa cum laude. Lalit Aditya Chunduri. Jijun Jiang. Kellen Anthony Crawford, cum laude. Dawson Michael Fox. Kai William Fulfer. Haley K. Holloway. Cassandra Austin Jensen. Candace Marie Jones. Davin James Lewis. Dakota Rain Livingston. Lily Ann Mason. Caleb Preston Morgan. Christopher Wesley Owen. Alexander Paray. Brian Michael Renzelman. David Jackman Salim. Thomas William Schmidt. Sage Rosemarie Smith, summa cum laude. Paul Serbeck. Jenny Lee Tafoya. Tang Jin. Lance Allen Townsend, summa cum laude. Martin Chite. Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Natural Resources will be greeted by Associate Dean Carrie Vierling. Molly Jean Madden. Joey Joseph Beltran Keeling. Andrew Fife Brown. Ivy for Dean. Lucinda Jane Hampton. Annie Kerr. Joshua Kiefer. Isaac Jody Lenz. Aaron Lusignot. Alexis J. Melcher, summa cum laude. Taylor Newey. Nicholas Anthony Pallid. Rowan Lee Pierce. Kennedy Olivia Rowe. Ava Jean Stave, summa cum laude. Sloan Caldwell Strong. Amelia Johanna Suksdorf, summa cum laude. Mary Grace Visker, cum laude. Raina Jean Thoman. Sneha Nazkar. Tyler Bearclaw Anderson. Not Lucas. Lucas Joseph Van Lith. Sophia Wiesbrook. Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Science will be greeted by Dean Ginger Carney. Sierra Keel, cum laude. Jessica Cheyenne Brady. I got it. Laura Sofia Cordero Jaimes. Claudia Constantino Juajid. Skylar Nevin Huber. Salma Khalifa. Kara Marie Copeland. Allie Marie Laufenberger, cum laude. Hanbi Lee. Andrew Caius Nix. Aiden Martin Shaw. Jacob Thomas Standifer. Dudu Yamur Vardan.
May I have all the graduates please stand? You are now graduates. It's time to move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated. I'd like to invite Rory Fletcher, Alumni Director for Northern Idaho and Class of 2004, to address our graduates.
Good morning, Vandals. Founded in 1898, the University of Idaho Alumni Association is nearly as old as the institution. May I have all University of Idaho alumni in the audience and on the platform please stand. Graduates, you are joining an elite and loyal group of individuals, now numbering almost 117,000 strong. They are living and working and making a difference in Idaho, nationally and around the globe. And now you too are part of the University of Idaho alumni family. You may be seated. Graduates, welcome. Congratulations, and go Vandals.
Thanks, Roy. Appreciate that. As we near the end of our commencement ceremony, I'd like to take a few moments to show our appreciation to some of the many individuals who made today possible. First, the University Wind Ensemble, led by Assistant Professor and Director of Bands, Mark Thiel. Special thanks go to our commencement readers, Lisa Salisbury and Lee Verling. The presentation of colors was made by a joint color guard comprised of cadets from the University of Idaho's Navy ROTC unit. Also, thank you to our floor and college marshals for the leadership of Rula Awad Rafferty, lead marshal for today's ceremony. Thank you. Many others worked for several months to make this event special. My gratitude to the committees, faculty, and staff who had a part in planning this ceremony. Let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you. Finally, I wish to acknowledge our faculty. Will our faculty please stand? You provide the knowledge and mentorship to our students. You teach them, you advise them, you support our students and give them the tools they need to be successful in the workforce. You are central to our land-grant mission of teaching, discovery, and service. We commend you for your dedication to our students and to the University of Idaho. Thank you. Graduates, after the ceremony, please join your family outside, your family and friends outside for photos, but please wait until the stage party has exited the seating area before you begin to recess or it becomes a big traffic jam. Finally, please join us in a special University of Idaho tradition, the singing of the alma mater. The words are located on page 38 in your program and on the screens behind me. Please stand.
And here we have Idaho, winning her way to fame. Silver and gold in the sunlight blaze, and romance lies in her name. We are singing
This concludes the 131st commencement of the University of Idaho. Parents and families, please meet your students outside the arena for pictures. Thank you for attending, and go Vandals!